Most beginners do not really practice darts. They just throw darts for a bit. They aim at 20s, chase a few trebles, throw some random doubles, maybe have one good visit, then wonder if they're actually improving. And I get it. When you're new, practice can feel confusing. What should you aim at? How long should you practice? Should you play legs? Should you work on doubles? Or should you just keep throwing until your arm starts writing a resignation letter? So in this episode, I'm going to give you your first proper beginner's practice routine. Simple, structured, and easy to follow. You'll know what to practice, why you're doing it, and how to tell if you're improving. No random throwing, no overcomplicated training plan, just a routine you can actually repeat. Welcome back to the right path. So far, we've covered the foundations: stance, grip, throw, scoring, and aiming. Now it is time to put those pieces together. Because if you are a beginner, you do not need a pro-style practice plan. You need a routine that helps you settle your throw, improve your grouping, practice doubles, and understand how a leg feels. This is a simple beginner routine you can do in around 20 minutes, depending on how long the Theo 1 leg takes. If you only have 15 minutes, shorten it. If you have longer, repeat it. But keep the structure the same. Settle, group, double, play. That is the plan. Before we get into the routine, here is the big rule. Do not judge practice by one good or bad visit. Beginners do this all the time. You hit 60 and think you have cracked darts. Then the next visit goes 1, 5, floor, and suddenly the whole sport feels personal. This is not how practice works. You're looking for patterns. Are more darts landing in sensible areas? Does your throw feel calmer? Are you rushing less? Are your doubles getting closer? Are you making better decisions near the end of a leg? That is what matters. Progress in darts is not always loud. Sometimes progress is just fewer visits falling apart. And that still counts. Start with a 2-minute throw reset. No scoring, no pressure, no judging. Just throw at the big 20 and settle in. Before each visit, do a quick check. Front foot planted, grip relaxed, eyes on the target, smooth throw, finish, the motion. That is all you are thinking about. This is not where you try to prove anything. It is just getting the body organised. Do this for about 6 visits. That is 18 darts. Enough to warm up, but not so much that you drift into autopilot. Now move into control. Throw 5 visits at the big 20. That is 15 darts. But do not count the score. Count how many darts land in the 20 segment. Single 20 counts. Treble 20 counts. Double 20 counts. If it lands in the 20 section, that is 1 hit. This changes the goal. You are not chasing one big treble. You are trying to keep the darts in the correct bed. That is far more useful for a beginner. So if 7 out of 15 land in the 20 segment, that is your score. Next time, try to beat 7. Simple. No drama. No panic. Just one number you can track. Now, do the same thing on the big 19. 5 visits. 15 darts. Count how many land in the 19 segment. Why 19? Because beginners need more than one target. If you only ever aim at 20, moving around the board can feel strange. The 19 gives you another strong scoring area. It also teaches you to move your eyes and aim without changing your whole throw. The target changes. The throw should stay familiar. So now you have 2 useful numbers. 20 hits out of 15, 19 hits out of 15. That is enough tracking for now. No spreadsheet cathedral required. Next, practice doubles. This is where a lot of beginners tense up. They throw normally at big numbers, then suddenly a double appears and their arm turns into a frightened coat hanger. So we are keeping this calm. Throw 3 visits at double 16, then 3 visits at double 20. That is 18 darts in total. Count hits if you want, but also pay attention to the attempt. Did you aim at the actual double bed? Did you stay smooth? Did you finish the throw? Or did the smaller target make everything tighten up? If you hit none, that is fine. Your first job is not to become deadly on doubles overnight. Your first job is to practice smaller targets without panicking. Same setup, same throw, clear focus. That is the lesson. Now finish with one solo leg of 301. Or give yourself 10 minutes and see how far you get. That bit matters, because if you're brand new, finishing on a double can take a while. You have not failed if the leg takes longer than expected. You are practicing the flow of the game. Start on 301. Throw 3 darts. Add the score. Take it away. Keep going until you finish on a double, or until your 10 minutes are up. Once you get under 100, say out loud what you're trying to leave. For example, I want 20 to leave 40. I want 20 to leave 32. That trains the decision-making side of darts, not just the throwing side. And if darts math is something you struggle with, that is completely fine. It is something I am working on as well. Some players see the numbers instantly, others build it through repetition. Use a calculator if you need to check yourself. Use chalk if you want to practice properly. But try to think first, then check. That is how the patterns start to stick. So here is the routine. 2-minute throw reset at big 20. 5 visits at big 20. 5 visits at big 19. 3 visits at double 16. 3 visits at double 20. Then 1 solo leg at 301, or 10 minutes of 301 practice. That covers your throw, grouping, doubles, scoring, and decision-making, all in one simple session. The whole point is structure. You know what you are doing, you know why you are doing it, and you have a simple way to see if you are improving. That is proper beginner practice. If you're brand new, try this routine 3 to 5 times a week if you can. But keep it realistic. A focused 20 minutes is better than an hour of tired frustrated throwing. If you only have 15 minutes, shorten the doubles or skip the 301 leg. If you have more time, repeat the full routine once. But do not keep adding random extras just because you feel like you should. Consistency beats clutter. Do the same routine for 2 weeks. Then look for trends. Are your 20 hits improving? Are your 19 hits improving? Are your doubles getting closer? Are you making better decisions under 100? That is how you know it is working. Not from one magic session, from the pattern. Let's cover the big mistakes. First, practicing randomly. If every session is different, it is harder to know what is improving. Second, only practicing scoring. You need doubles as well. A leg is not finished until the double goes in. Third, changing technique during the routine. Practice is not the time to rebuild everything because one dart missed. Fourth, practicing too long when the throw has fallen apart. Once you are tired and annoyed, you often start training bad habits. And fifth, tracking too much. You do not need 15 different stats. Start with 3. 20 hits, 19 hits, and whether you finished the 301 leg or how far you got in 10 minutes. That is enough. Keep the routine simple enough that you actually do it. Good progress does not always mean huge scores. At this stage, progress might look like this. More darts landing in the right segment. Fewer visits collapsing after one bad dart. Less panic on doubles. Better counting under 100. A throw that feels more settled. Those things matter because they are the foundations of better darts. Do not dismiss them because they are not flashy. Nobody builds a proper game from lucky trebles alone. You build it from repeatable visits, sensible targets, and calm decisions. That is what this routine trains. So here's the big takeaway from episode 7. Beginner practice should not be random. It should have a simple structure. Settle first, then work on control, doubles, and one-shot game situation. That is proper beginner practice. Do it consistently and you give yourself a much better chance of improving. In the next episode, we're going to put everything together and walk through how to play your first proper leg of darts with confidence. If this helped, subscribe and let me know in the comments what your practice usually looks like right now. Is it structured, or are you mostly just throwing until something good happens? And remember, random throwing gives you random results. Practice with a plan. See you in the next one.